In this video, I will compare the size of the Fujifilm X100VI versus the size of the Sony A7 C2 paired with the 24mm f2.8 by Sony. Why only the size? Well, I think from a technical point of view, the Sony is a no-brainer, even though it is slightly more expensive. Size really does matter in the camera world, because the camera you have with you, you're probably going to use. That's why everyone is taking pictures with their phones. And a camera that is small and light, you are more likely to pick up and take it with you. But can you even compare the Fujifilm X100VI with the Sony A7 C2? Well, you tell me because you clicked on this video, but I think you can compare them. Yes, both cameras have a different sensor size. The Sony is full frame, the Fujifilm is APS-C. Yes, the Sony has an interchangeable lens system, the Fujifilm has a fixed lens, but both cameras are in the same size range. Just the size of them is kind of similar, and that's enough for me to compare them. Well, the size of the Sony A7 C2 depends on the lens you use with it. If you use a big lens, you have a big camera. If you use a small lens, you have a small camera. That's simple. But Sony has great small lenses. One of them is the Sony 24mm f2.8D lens, which comes in 3 different ranges. First one is 24mm, then there is a 40mm version and a 50mm version, all in the same housing with the exact same size. And that's why I took this lens to compare with the Fujifilm X100VI, because this is one of the best small lenses that Sony offers for the E-mount system. But keep in mind that the size may vary with the lens you use with the Sony A7 C2. The size of the Fujifilm X100VI, on the other hand, is fixed because it has a fixed lens. You can only add to the size of the camera, for example, by installing a lens hood, which I did, but you don't have to do that. I just decided I wanted to have a lens hood with this camera, first of all because I think it looks cool, second to weatherproof it, and third to keep the lens secure. But how do the cameras compare in size? The Sony feels bigger in your hand because it has bigger grip where the battery is located. The X100VI has no grip, but it feels fine, and you can, at least I can, operate the camera pretty good even without an extra grip. Some people like that. You can watch my review if you want to know more about that. The X100VI is lighter though. It only weighs 555 grams with the lens hood. The Sony weighs around 500 grams without a lens, but way more with a lens. So the Sony is heavier. So right here we have a photo from both cameras from the top. And what you can see is that the Fujifilm X100VI is thinner than the Sony A7 C2. The Sony A7 C2 in the middle is around 4 centimeters. This part right here is around 4.5 centimeters. The thick part where the handle is, this part is around 6 centimeters. The Fujifilm X100VI, on the other hand, in the middle, it is around 3.5 centimeters. This part and this part here, right here, are actually the same thickness, around 4 centimeters. And the height is different. The height of the Sony is 7 centimeters, and the height of the Fujifilm X100VI is 7.5 centimeters. The Sony is thicker than the X100VI, which makes it feel bigger in your hand. The X100VI is taller though, but that doesn't seem to be important for the feel, because at least I think that it still feels smaller in your hands. If you transport your camera in your pockets of your jacket, which I do, I would highly recommend the Fujifilm X100VI because it is the smaller camera. It's sleeker, so it fits better into your pocket. And depending on the lens you use with the Sony A7 C2, it can get quite tricky to put the camera in your pocket, you know. It depends on the pocket size, of course, but in general, I would say go with the Fujifilm X100VI. Okay, what are the important takeaways from this video? Well, the Sony is heavier, it feels bulkier in your hands. It also feels more secure in your hands because you have a grip. Also, the size of the camera depends on which lens you pair with your camera. The Fujifilm X100VI, on the other hand, is taller, but feels smaller. It's lighter, it's way more sleek, it fits better into your pocket, and in general I would say it's a better everyday camera. Also check out my review from the Fujifilm X100VI, you can find it here, and check out the video about the Sony A7 C2 if you are interested in that as well. I'm very close to 1000 subscribers, so if you enjoy my content, if you want to see more, if you liked this video for example, maybe consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me because, like I said, I'm close to 1000 subscribers and this is a goal that I really want to achieve. I would be super thankful for that. If you have any questions regarding the Fujifilm X100VI or the Sony A7 C2, which by the way films me the whole time, just let me know in the comments and I will try to answer them as fast as possible. Last but not least, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope to see you in the next video and stay safe.